Spitfires, the Hurricane, a Bolton Paul Defiant. The Kent Battle of Britain Museum houses many of the major players who fought for the skies in 1940. Now, the former RAF station has a new attraction, one which last flew out of Hawkinge more than 75 years ago.
It's a momentous day to achieve and bring it in today from Duxford. It's got substantial remains of 4 different aircraft that we will actually build into one. The Bristol Blenheim is incredibly rare. There's only one original example in existence in Finland.
People don't tend to realise, they think of Spitfires and Hurricanes on the German side, Messerschmitts and so on, but the Bristol Blenheim tended to get forgotten. I mean, we never thought we'd get it, or an example of this plane. And it's only through David's diligence and sticking at it for a long time, tracking it down and getting hold of it, we've now got such an example, such a unique example.
The Bristol Blenheim wasn't just used in fighter command during the Battle of Britain, it was also used in bomber command, the training command and coastal command. At the outbreak of the Second World War, it was the fastest plane in the RAF's inventory. And now that we have the fuselage and the wings here at the former RAF station at Hawkinge, we only have to wait for the cockpit, which will be arriving in just a few months from Canada. Getting a Bristol Blenheim to finally land at the museum is the culmination of a dream held for nearly 4 decades by the museum's chairman David Brocklehurst and late founder and curator Mike Llewellyn.
I used to have banter with him where I'd say one day I'd acquire a Bristol Blenheim, which I did in 2015, and a Bristol Blenheim. He said it was impossible to acquire either of those aircraft. Today, finally, after 40 years personally, we actually have all 4 of the classic fighters of the Battle of Britain that's served in the RAF. Mike will be incredibly proud and chuffed for the museum, for the volunteers that make this museum so special, but he will say to me, it's long overdue, I should have done it years ago, but finally today it's come to fruition.
The 800 pilots who flew in the Blenheims during the Battle of Britain were known as the Few. With their famed aircraft now on display, visitors have a chance to find out how this band of airmen ensured victory for Britain. Cameron Tucker, KMTV, Hawkinge.